Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this guide I will rank every single class based on starter sets from Haedrig's gift and how well they perform in the latest season 36. This is my personal list and it's best represented for the beginning of the new season. Season 36 reintroduces the Lords of Hell theme previously seen in season 25 and season 30. I consider this the best seasonal theme ever thanks to the powerful demonic soul shards that supercharge every build and shake up the meta. Combined with the Altar of Rites, your character will gain massive boosts, making this season fun and engaging for everyone. Even if you are a casual player, season 36 offers an exciting opportunity to push your character to the limits. Now let's dive into the list and explore the top starter sets for this new season. The first one in my list is Witch Doctor with Spirit of Firzj. This set isn't the best option for speed farming or pushing, but it's still quite playable. Witch Doctors can utilize many different abilities to maximize speed, such as Spirit Walk, Hex plus Monojuma's Way. However, the output damage is what makes this set weak. You have quite limited options here, and in most cases we'll have to use periodic damage skills like Locust Swarm or Haunt, amplified by the Ring of Emptiness. These abilities will inevitably reduce your speed and overall performance if compared with other classes. Getting close to enemies can also be risky, as Arrowkir lacks significant toughness bonuses early on. Without such items like Guardian's Jeopardy, crafted pieces, or the Spirit Harvester knife, surviving high torment difficulties or GRs can be challenging. Only if you have enough patience, Arrowkir can become a strong competitor. It definitely has some flaws, it requires a lot of gear, high paragon and perfectly rolled soul shards. If you still prefer this class and just want to finish the seasonal journey, I would personally switch to other sets like Helltooth or Mandonagu, as they have less gear requirements and you can focus more on speed farming the actual content. For several seasons this set remains in one place and even the seasonal buffs don't help much. The Seeker of the Light is centered around the Hammerdin build. It boosts Blessed Hammer damage by an impressive 15k%. Additionally, each hit reduces the cooldowns of Falling Sword and Provoke by 1 second, synergizing well with items like Faithful Memory and Hammer Jammers. For the solid damage output here we have Johanna's Argument Flail, Guard of Johanna and Captain Crimson set. While this setup shines in mid to high solo Greater Rifts, this starter set barely has any use in bounty runs and Nephilim Rifts. The reason for that are limited skill options and the playstyle itself. While the hammers and area damage can be impressive, it's still a stationary build, making your hero vulnerable to attacks, so it's a less ideal choice for speed farming early in the season. It has some strength in specific scenarios, but other Crusader sets are much more appealing and have more versatility. Place number 5 in my list is Wizard with Firzj's Amazing Arcana. This set is a mix of mobility and high damage, making it a good choice for the current season. Its core strength lies in the Archon ability, but this also introduces its biggest drawback. The high cooldown of Archon leaves the wizard vulnerable when he is outside of this form. Firzj is quite strong and efficient in Nephilim Rifts and Greater Rifts, especially if you prioritize cooldown reduction on your gear. Items like Ingeom or Obsidian Ring of Zodiac can significantly reduce Archon downtime, allowing you to move fast. However, making a proper build and unlocking its full potential can be challenging early on, as it relies heavily on rare items like the Swami, Fazula's Improbable Chain, and Chantodo Resolve, which maximize your overall damage. Another downside is that Chantodo's Resolve set is a must-have for this build, meaning you'll have no other options for offhand and primary weapon. To maximize your efficiency with this build, you also need to use all available skills, have fast reaction, and a lot of patience to find all the necessary items with perfect rolls, especially the ones with the cooldown reduction. I would say that Firzj is a decent choice to start this season, push some Greater Rifts and farm Paragon points, but if you prefer something less intense and more accessible, I would recommend to try Typhon's Veil or well-rounded Tel Rashe. At number 4 we have the Necromancer with the Tragos Avatar set. This set delivers high single target damage to bosses and elites if we are talking about lances. For speed farming version we use life spending variations of Death Nova, Skeletal Mages or Corpse Lance. Tragos set significantly boosts the damage of these skills, especially if you use the right legendaries like Blood Tide Blade and Crispin. It is also quite tanky and even more tanky with the Dainty's Binding Belt. You don't need many items to reach the highest torment difficulty, which is a big plus. The set's flexibility allows you to choose, making it versatile for various playstyles. Mobility is another bonus here. Thanks to Blood Rush paired with Steward Greaves, you can move much faster, skip walls and avoid dangers. However, playing Trago can be tricky if you don't know what you are doing. As you can guess, this set relies on health sacrifice and damage reduction from cursed enemies. Most of the time you will engage enemies in close range, and without proper gear it can be hard to survive. Despite this, Trago is absolutely playable for casual and pro players. It has high damage, nice mobility and versatility, making it a great choice for early season progression. Barbarian with the Immortal King's Code takes the 3rd place in my list. This set is beginner friendly and doesn't require deep game knowledge to perform well. Your skill bar will likely feature Call of the Ancients, Wrath of the Berserker and Warcry, and damage dealers like Hammer of the Ancients, Seismic Slam or Furious Charge. Unlike most Haedrig's gift sets, Immortal Kings includes 7 pieces, adding a 2-handed mighty weapon, potentially even an ancient one if you are lucky, giving you a strong starting point. The set provides a plain 4k% damage boost to your skills, while Call of the Ancients and Wrath of the Berserker are active, along with solid toughness to survive high difficulty levels. To maximize its potential and basically become indestructible, you'll need to equip a Band of Might ring, best obtained from Kadala. This set is also quite versatile, allowing you to experiment with skills like Whirlwind, Furious Charge, Hammer of the Ancients or Seismic Slam, making it effective for both farming and pushing. However, it's not without flaws. Furious Charge offers excellent mobility but relies heavily on dense enemy packs to maintain momentum, and your melee focused abilities can feel underwhelming in wide open areas. But still, Immortal King's Call provides a nice balance of toughness, damage and mobility. Second place in my list is the Monk with Uliana's Stratagem. This is a fast-paced and deadly set in the right hands. It is incredibly strong for most activities in Season 36. The core of this build revolves around 7-sided strike, which delivers massive damage to single targets like bosses and obliterates dense enemy packs when combined with Exploding Palm. Uliana becomes even deadlier with the Soul Shards, Shenlong Fists or Captain Crimson. Maybe it is not the best starter choice if we are talking about speed farming, but Ingeom can solve that problem easily. Whenever you kill an elite, you will reset cooldowns on 7-sided strike and your teleporting ability Dash and Strike. This set is also beginner friendly and only 2 essential items are required. The Fist of Asturask and Gangdo gear will be enough for a start. As for the playstyle itself, you just need to apply Exploding Palm to some enemies, then unleash 7-sided strike to make things go boom. It is simple yet effective. If Uliana's feels clunky to you for speed farming, consider switching to Inus Mantra with Mystic Ally or a Wave of Light Sun Vuku build for more efficient farming and mid-level Greater Rifts. Claiming the top spot once again is the Demon Hunter with Natalia's Vengeance set. Maybe it's not the absolute best set for some of the players, but it surely offers high output damage and solid defense right out of the box, especially with the right soul shards. This set has plenty of the firepower to shred nearly anything, making it a leaderboard favorite. Haedrig's Cache will reward you with 7 set pieces including a one-handed crossbow. This means you can experiment and use different legendaries if you are up to casual play, or stick to the Spike Trap build which destroys any Greater Rift up to 150. Although it requires some practice, it pays off for pushing beyond Torment 16. Mobility is another advantage here with the skills like Vault, Shadow Power or Smoke Screen paired with the Tactical Advantage passive to keep you moving swiftly and completely avoid some deadly attacks. Defense is not a problem for this set at all. Even without the elusive ring, landing a spike trap will add 75% damage reduction. Of course, elusive ring is a must-have for Torment 16 and beyond, but the starter set's 6-piece bonus will protect you. At first it can be sluggish in the speed farming activities compared to sets like Gears of Dreadlands or Unhallowed Essence, but if you find the right tools, you will make a significant jump in terms of pushing, paragon leveling, and competition in general. But again, if you prefer something less complex and if you are not interested in GR pushing either solo or with your friends, then consider finding Gears of Dreadlands. It is by far the laziest and fastest Demon Hunter build across Sanctuary, plus it also plays a significant role as ZDH in 4-man pushing groups in case you are interested. Despite its limited flexibility with the spike trap, Natalia's Vengeance offers an insane firepower and toughness, making it the best Haedrig's Gift starter set for Season 36. Now it's time to discuss the seasonal conquests. On a good day is one of the easiest one, which can be obtained naturally simply by playing Greater Reefs. Same can be said about the Thrill, which requires you to finish Greater Reef 45 without any green set pieces. It can be done without any issues if you level up Legacy of Dreams Legendary Gem at least to rank 25. Curses is much more challenging as it requires some luck and patience. You will need to use a strong wide range build or invite friends to make things easier. Here you will need to kill 350 enemies within a time limit. The best curse chest can be found in the Path of the Drowned, but it can take a few attempts to spawn this event and successfully finish it. For this conquest I have a video guide, feel free to check it out. Boss mode is another challenging conquest, but not so challenging if you know what to do. I also have a video guide right here. Basically all you have to do is to kill every single story boss except Vidian within 20 minutes after loading into town. With fast moving, high damage build, especially in a group, this conquest is just a piece of cake. And the final conquest is Years of War. I personally don't recommend to focus on this conquest much as it requires a lot of time and effort. You need to clear Greater Reef 55 with 6 different sets. Sounds easy enough, but you will need to find 6 complete set pieces, make them work properly and level up at least one more character of different class. If you really want to challenge yourself, then go for it, but I would personally finish the first 3 conquests I mentioned earlier. And that's pretty much it. I hope you liked this video and the information was useful. Please consider subscribing and hit that like button. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a nice day and happy farming everyone.